Look up at the night sky. Go ahead. Imagine you are standing on a beach, on a world very much like our own, under a sky littered with stars. For your entire life, you have been told that we are alone, that the silence is proof of our isolation. But one night, you see it. A flicker. Not a star. Stars burn steadily. This is a pulse. A mathematical, deliberate rhythm of light cutting through the blackness. Your heart races. You aren't alone. Now, imagine the horror that follows. Because no matter how loud you scream, no matter how sophisticated your lasers or your radio dishes become, you will never, ever touch them. You will die without saying a single word in reply. This is not pessimism. This is physics. And today, we are telling you the true story of why the universe has built a cage around every civilization, and why the greatest tragedy of existence is that we are all screaming into a void that refuses to let us meet. Let's start with a lie. The lie is the science fiction trope of the galactic empire. You know the one, a vast network of planets, all trading goods, all speaking the same language, separated by an hour's jump through hyperspace. Stop right there. Hyperspace does not exist. Wormholes, if they exist at all, would collapse into singularities the moment you tried to push an atom through them. The only highway the universe gives us is light itself. And light is treacherously slow. Here is the truth. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. The Earth is 4.5 billion years old. Humanity has had radio technology for roughly 120 years. That is not even a blink. It is the shutter speed of a camera aimed at eternity. Imagine a cosmic calendar where the entire history of the universe is compressed into a single year. On this scale, the dinosaurs go extinct about 30 minutes ago. Humans invent writing about 3 seconds ago. The first radio signal, the first leak of our existence into space, left Earth just 0.2 seconds ago. Now, imagine another civilization, just like ours, on the other side of the Milky Way. They are intelligent, they have technology, but they evolved just 300,000 years before us, a fraction of a second on the cosmic clock. That civilization is now dead. Their atmosphere boiled away, their star exploded. Their radios have been silent for eons. Their light reached us 100 million years ago, and we weren't here to hear it. To meet another civilization, 2 biological species must exist at the exact same moment in cosmic history. Not just the same millennium, the same 1,000-year window. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. The window for a technological species is rarely longer than 10,000 years before they go extinct or evolve beyond recognition. Do the math. The odds of 2 bubbles of existence overlapping in time are statistically 0. But let's say you get lucky. Let's say, by a miracle, another species clicks on their radio telescope at the exact same second you do. You are contemporaries. You exist now. You still cannot meet them. Why? Because of a nightmare called the expansion trap. You see, the universe is not static. It is stretching. In 1929, Edwin Hubble discovered that the galaxies are flying away from us. The farther away a galaxy is, the faster it recedes. This is the metric expansion of space. Now, here's the part they don't teach in high school. This expansion is accelerating. Dark energy is pushing the void apart. For every second that passes, the distance between you and any potential neighbor increases. Let's say there is a civilization 100,000 light years away from us, within our own galaxy. To get there, you would need a ship that travels at a significant fraction of the speed of light. But here is the killer. The faster you go, the more the universe conspires against you. General relativity dictates that time dilation works against communication. If you send a probe toward them, by the time it arrives, thousands of years later, their civilization has either moved, died, or the space between you has stretched so much that the probe's signal home is redshifted into static. But wait, it gets worse. We're stuck at the bottom of a gravity well. Escaping Earth requires a rocket that is 95% fuel just to get to Mars. Escaping the solar system requires slingshots around Jupiter. Escaping the galaxy? That requires converting the mass of a moon into pure energy. The tyranny of the rocket equation means that any civilization capable of interstellar travel would have to possess energy sources equivalent to stars. But if you have that much energy, you don't need to explore. You build Dyson spheres. You live inside your computer simulations. You turn inward. The universe is not a sandbox. It is a prison. The walls are made of physics, and the sentence is life.
Now, let's talk about biology. Because even if we solved time, and even if we solved distance, we still have to solve the body. We call this the meat paradox. You are made of carbon, water, and electrical impulses that move at the speed of a horse galloping. You need oxygen at a specific pressure. You need temperatures between -10 and 40 degrees Celsius. You need gravity. Not too much, or your bones crush. Not too little, or your eyeballs deform. The universe is 99.99999% hostile to your body. The vacuum of space is trying to boil your blood. Radiation is trying to shred your DNA. Cosmic rays are traveling at 99.9% light speed, and if one hits your ship, it buzzes through your brain like a bullet through a cloud. But let's assume you find a planet in the Goldilocks zone. The gravity is right. The atmosphere has oxygen. The star isn't flaring.
You land. You take off your helmet, and you die immediately. Because the alien biochemistry on that world will treat you like a plague. Or rather, you will treat them like a plague. The amino acids on their planet twist left instead of right. Their proteins are mirror images of yours. You cannot digest them. You cannot breathe their air. It might be pure oxygen, which ignites your lungs. It might have trace amounts of ammonia that bind to your hemoglobin. But the worst part? The bacteria. Their microbes have never seen a human cell wall. Your immune system sees their bacteria as inert rocks. Until the bacteria dissolve your nervous system. Because to them, you are just a bag of carbon snacks. To meet face to face, two civilizations would have to evolve under identical chemical conditions, identical stellar radiation, identical planetary age. The probability of that happening twice in the same galaxy is so low that it violates the Drake equation entirely. We are not just rare. We are a statistical ghost. We've all heard of Fermi's paradox. If the universe is so big, where is everybody? The usual answers are scary. The dark forest theory, the great filter, the simulation hypothesis. But the true answer, the one nobody wants to admit, is much simpler and much more devastating. The universe is silent because meeting is impossible by design. Think about the speed of light. It is not just a speed limit. It is a causality limit. Light travels at 299,792,458 meters per second. That is the fastest any cause can lead to any effect. If you are 1 light year away from me, you are living 1 year in my past. If you are 1,000,000 light years away, you are 1,000,000 years in my past.
To meet, we would have to synchronize our present moments. But according to Einstein's special relativity, there is no universal now.
Your now is different from my now if we are moving relative to each other. This isn't philosophy. This is mathematics. If a civilization is 100 light years away and they send a signal saying hello, they are sending a signal from the year 1924. We receive it in 2024. By the time we reply, hello back, they receive it in 2124. By then, they have either died, evolved into digital ghosts, or forgotten they sent the message. A conversation across 100 light years takes 200 years, a round trip. A human lifespan is 80 years. A civilization's lifespan is measured in centuries. Therefore, for any two civilizations to hold a real-time conversation, they must be closer than 40 light years. But within 40 light years of Earth, there are only a few hundred stars, and we have scanned them. Silence. The universe has enforced a strict isolation policy. You may detect the history of another civilization. You may see the light of their star dimming as they build their megastructures, but you will never shake their hand.
We have saved the worst for last. And this is the part that will keep you up tonight. Cosmological horizons. Due to the accelerating expansion of the universe, 97% of the galaxies we can currently see are already unreachable. Even if we left today, traveling at the speed of light, which we cannot, we would never get there. The space between us is expanding faster than our ship can travel. There is a boundary beyond which no signal we ever emit will arrive, and no signal from beyond can ever reach us. This is called the cosmic event horizon. But here is the tragedy. That horizon is shrinking. Every second, more galaxies cross that horizon. They are falling over the edge of the observable universe. To a future human, 100 billion years from now, the night sky will be completely black. There will be no other galaxies, no cosmic microwave background, no evidence of the Big Bang. That future civilization will look up and see only their local cluster, a dying group of stars merging into a black hole. They will conclude that the universe is static, eternal, and empty. They will never know that trillions of civilizations rose and fell just beyond their reach. We are living in the golden age of cosmic discovery. Right now, the sky is still full of possibilities. But even now, in this golden age, the nearest galaxy, Andromeda, is 2.5 million light years away. If there is a civilization there, they are looking at Earth as it was before Homo habilis picked up a stone tool. By the time their image of modern New York reaches Andromeda, humans will be extinct. The universe has built a horizon around every living mind. You are trapped in a bubble of causality that shrinks every moment. Let's get dark. Let's talk about energy. For a civilization to travel across interstellar space, they need fuel. Not just for propulsion, but for life support, for shielding, for the decades or centuries it takes to cross the void. The problem is the second law of thermodynamics. Entropy always increases. Energy dissipates. You cannot build a perfect engine. Every rocket loses heat. Every life support system leaks. Every signal degrades into noise. To send a single human-sized probe to Alpha Centauri, 4.2 light years away, at 10% light speed, you need enough energy to power all of human civilization for a year, just for the launch. And that probe will arrive in 42 years. When it gets there, the civilization you are trying to contact will have changed. They might have uploaded their minds to computers. They might have destroyed themselves.
So why don't they just come here? Because it's the same equation from their side. The energy required to cross the void is roughly equivalent to the energy required to build a paradise at home.
Why would you spend 1,000,000 years in a tin can, eating recycled protein paste, risking radiation poisoning and cosmic debris, just to visit a species that will probably try to kill you? This is the concept of the local maximum. Every civilization reaches a point where staying home is cheaper, safer, and more rewarding than leaving. They build virtual realities. They build matryoshka brains around their stars. They turn away from the stars and look inward. The universe doesn't just make it hard to meet, it makes it irrational to try. So, we return to the beginning. You are on that beach. You saw the flicker. You know you are not alone. But you also know the truth now. You know that the light you saw left that world when your great-great-great-grandparents were fighting in a war you cannot name. You know that if you reply today, your reply will arrive when the oceans have risen and fallen twice. You know that even if they reply instantly, you will be dust. This is the true story. This is why the universe makes it impossible for any two civilizations to ever meet.
It is not because they are hostile. It is not because we are primitive. It is not because there is a monster in the dark. It is because space is not a place. Space is a memory. When you look at the stars, you are not looking at the present. You are looking at the past. And you cannot touch the past. You can only observe it. Every civilization in the history of the cosmos has lived and died in perfect, absolute solitude. The dinosaurs never knew the trilobites. The Neanderthals never knew the hominids before them. And the aliens, if they exist, are screaming into the same void, watching the same ancient light, feeling the same loneliness. But here is the twist. Here is the paradox that breaks the sadness. We know it is impossible, and yet we are still listening. We have built the Square Kilometer Array. We have launched the James Webb Space Telescope. We are scanning the atmospheric chemistry of exoplanets. We are looking for Dyson spheres, for industrial pollution, for the exhaust of alien engines. We know the probability is 0, but we do it anyway. Because the human species, for all its flaws, refuses to accept the verdict of physics. We don't care that space is too big. We don't care that time is too short. We don't care that our bodies are bags of salt water that pop in a vacuum. We are still calling out into the dark. Hello? Is anyone there? And maybe, just maybe, the impossibility is not a curse. Maybe it is a filter. Maybe the only civilizations that survive are the ones that learn to love the silence. The ones that look at the infinite, indifferent universe and decide to build meaning inside their tiny, fragile bubble. We will never shake hands with an alien. We will never trade stories with a sentient cloud of gas. We will stand on this lonely rock, orbiting a mediocre star, and we will be alone. But we will be alone together. And for a species born of stardust, cursed with self-awareness and trapped by the speed of light, maybe that is enough. Look at the stars. They are not neighbors. They are ghosts. Wave anyway.